When I started at the MLA, I was ABD in Middle English Literature at the University of Rochester. There I had the opportunity to teach college courses in writing, literature, as well as the basic humanities course at the Eastman School of Music, and also a January term course at Hampshire College, where I did my undergraduate work, also in medieval literature. And while in undergraduate and graduate school, I used the MLA International Bibliography to do my research. So of course I was very familiar with the MLA when I started, and I was delighted to work there. So when you study literature, one of the basic things you learn to do is interpret language, right? And we can see broad applications for that and very specific ones for it related to the bibliography. First of all, you see, say, the rise of medical humanities programs. You have clinicians who decided, well, it's not enough for me simply to make observations in my office or interpret a test result, but listening to a patient in different ways and interpreting language in more nuanced ways helps them make diagnoses more effectively. The very skills that you learn when studying literature, how to interpret language, come directly to play when using generative AI tools, not only designing an effective prompt, but also assessing the results. So literature skills can absolutely help students learn how to use these tools. Well, I think we all have generative AI in the brain. So to that end, we have a couple of different initiatives. A couple years ago, we convened a working group with the MLA and the Conference on College Composition and Communication. They've released working papers, a student AI literacy handout that you can find at style.mla.org. They have a teaching resources site and a number of different resources for researchers. We're also moving into a new phase of that group's work, and we're going to begin looking at scholarly research and AI tools. The MLA has also convened a separate World Languages Task Force. They'll work together, but the World Languages Task Force will also look at issues particular to world languages. EBSCO has included AI resources into its databases, AI insights, and the ability of users to do natural language search. I heard from students just the other day at a panel that they were using the natural language search, but teachers and librarians were also using that as a bridge from the natural language search to the database's specific taxonomy. So in this way, it could be a teaching tool when used effectively on campus and in the classroom. In using AI effectively as a research tool, also, I think having a nuanced understanding of language and interpreting it can only help a researcher. We hear time and time again from faculty members that having the time to do the research is the biggest challenge, both for them and for their students. So having a tool like the MLA International Bibliography, where you have a curated and designed set of resources that are applicable to your topic, is essential, first of all. I think learning skills and how to use generative AI tools more effectively is going to be important to help students find time to do research. So, for example, I was at an EBSCO-led AI workshop just 2 days ago, and there was a panel of students, and they were talking not about how they use AI to do the work for them, to do the writing for them, to do the research for them, but how they use it to maybe whittle down a large number of sources to the 25 most effective sources for their research, or how they use it to combine data sets and help them make visible resources for analysis that they otherwise would have spent days doing. A key challenge for students in doing research is learning how to do research. So at the MLA, we've created some resources to help students learn how to do that. The first I would guide you to is the free course that we have at mla.org on using the MLA International Bibliography, and you earn a certificate when you're done taking it. We also have a number of different, more focused, shorter tutorials online. You can find those at mla.org. We also have created guides, MLA Guide to Research in Undergraduate Literature and the MLA Guide to Digital Literacy. Those exist both as print books, and they're available as a subscription on MLA Handbook Plus. Because we know researchers face a challenge finding time to do research in the first place, a resource like the MLA International Bibliography with full text helps them go from the research phase directly to the source, and that's only going to help them. One underused resource that we encourage researchers to use is the thesaurus that's embedded in the MLA International Bibliography. So if you go down to the Subjects tab, you'll find the thesaurus. What does that allow you to do? Well, first of all, it allows our indexers to apply a taxonomy, to organize the materials by subject matter, but it also allows you, the end user, to use a controlled vocabulary, the ones that our indexers apply, to find the materials efficiently. So becoming familiar with the terms used in the bibliography itself will make your research more efficient and more effective. Our Directory of Periodicals, that's essentially a journal finding tool. You can use this to find a venue for publication or to learn more about what a journal does in their peer review policy, who's on their editorial board, what their submission guidelines are, and you can find it through the MLA International Bibliography interface, but also on mla.org. as the largest humanities organization in the world with members in over 100 countries. We not only produce the MLA International Bibliography with full text, but we also run a convention that has over 600 sessions for scholars and researchers. We publish a journal, PMLA. We have a book publications program. Of course, we're known for the MLA Handbook and other style resources, including our free site at style.mla.org. And we engage in professional development for scholars and researchers through our Association of Departments of English and our Association of Language Departments. The MLA International Bibliography is assembled by a team of people, including in-house MLA employees who are trained scholars in their fields and field bibliographers around the world who index materials for us. It's truly a community-driven project, and it was started as such by the MLA in the middle of 20th century when scholars realized they needed to join together and create a resource for themselves. We've continued that ethos today.